color modes in Photoshop. I'm going to start over with a new document here. And I'm going to use web. Click OK. This is RGB. RGB is the born color based upon machine language. So it's got these numbers, RGB, and it has a number set next to it. If I have pure red, that's 255. If I have pure green with no red, that's 255. So it's on a 0 to 255 path. That's the computer making up these colors based upon these numbers. I'm just going to put a saturated green out here. Oops. And a saturated red. Okay, the next mode is CMYK. RGB has one of the largest gambits of color. Gambit is just how much color is in here. But a narrower version of that gambit, which is CMYK. So let's go to Image, Mode, CMYK Color. And watch what happens when these two bright colors meet CMYK. They get duller. And why that is CMYK does not have that bright of a green and does not have that shade of red. Why? Because actually those colors are made by man. We take and do it two different ways. We process the color, basically print one color on top of the next until it reaches that color, or we mix it by hand in a little container, and that's called a spot color. But here, there is no really bright green or really bright red because there is no that color in real life as we mix. So CMYK, that's how you switch it over. So cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Next, mode lab color. Okay, lab color is the construct of man. We have this sight, and we are using cones in our eyes that catch reflected light, and this is how we formulate color. So it kind of works like that. It's very different, but you can get a lot of colors that you don't see very often using lab. So you might not see this shade of blue normally in RGB, but here it is in lab. Now it's a little bit different how lab works. It's got LAB, so lightness actually exists on one channel. Well, what's that mean? Here I can go image, adjustment, and I can go levels or brightness and contrast. Let's take brightness down. This is not going to affect the color that much. In fact, it brightens up the colors quite nicely. Why? Because I'm not adjusting colors, I'm adjusting light and darks because it's on its own separate channel. That being said, you can go image adjustment curves and you can adjust the lightness, or you can adjust just the color itself. And then you can get colors into the imaginary color range. These are colors that you don't see very often unless they're in nature, and they don't print well at all. So let's go back to CMYK. This is what would print. The last mode, I have to go File, New, and go to Bitmap. This one's always abused. I always get the same question. Why don't I get color? Check up here. It says Bitmap. You are not going to have any color. Here I can pick blue. Blue is black. Here I can pick baby blue. Baby blue is white. There's only black and white. There is no shades of gray, and that is Bitmap. Again, you can convert any of these over to anything else, but Bitmap needs one more step. I'd have to go to grayscale first, and hit OK. And then I can go image mode, RGB color. Okay, that's how that works. All right, that is color modes within Photoshop and how to change them back and forth and what to look out for. Just know if you have a color range that has a higher gambit, like RGB has a very higher gambit, and if I went like this and then I go image mode CMYK, I would lose that color. So going from a high gambit to a low, you lose a lot of color. Just know that. Enjoy.